I was on a show called Beauty and the Geek. Here's my story. Let me tell you how it works. 10 beautiful women pair up with 10 nerdy guys. The pairs compete in challenges, then Sophie Monk decides who are the winners, and they go on a date, and who are the losers who have to fight for elimination. Sophie Monk keeps on eliminating people until she finds a winner.
My partner was this chick right here. Her name's Eliza. And we had our meeting in the first episode. Obviously, the girls were standing on a pier. Boys arrived super James Bondy on a speedboat. I was the first one up. I got to know Eliza a bit. Chat. Blah, blah, blah. Fast forward, all the other guys meeting the girls. And then we got our first challenge for $500,000. No, I'm just kidding. No money involved yet. But we were dressed up like Steve Irwin and we pretended to train seals at the zoo.
The reality is, I got stood up by a seal. I don't know what the trainer was doing in the back there. After this, everybody gathered up in like the team play space, whatever you call it. And then Sophie was like, here are the judges. Who won the challenge? Pause the video right now, subscribe, leave a comment with which pair you think won the challenge, this seal Pokemon trainer challenge, basically. I'll give you the answer in 5 seconds. Hey, I like this person more than my person. Maybe like half an hour later, Sophie comes out, says she has an announcement to make. Big announcement. I'm thinking Shrek 5, but apparently that's completely wrong. She says, guys, at the end of this party, one of you will betray me. Judas! She says at the end of the party, some of us are going to be paired with someone else. It was pretty funny. Every dude had to come up one by one and answer interview questions from Sophie. Do you like the partner that you're with right now? Yes. Are you over 6 feet? Do you have a full-time job? No, but some dudes got repaired. I stayed with Eliza, which was cool for a variety of reasons, but you will see them very shortly. And yeah, that's the end of episode 1, and we went to bed. Kaboom. Day 2, guys, let me tell you, we got our own secret nerd base. So good. We got ping pong, we got couches, gaming stuff. We even had like consoles, the old consoles, PS1, PS2, that kind of thing. Nintendos, all of that. But we didn't get to touch anything yet, because guess what?
We're filming on a tight schedule, ladies and gentlemen.
Do you know what the challenge was today? I had to go to a professional model and ask her if she'd let me dress her up and take photos of her with my camera. I'm thinking, bro, do I need to speak to a lawyer before I proceed here? It felt slightly upfront, whatever. We were sitting down here in the nerd base. Eliza's like, hey, this is how you take a selfie. This is some fashion tips, how to do posing. But it's like 40 degrees. First of all, they don't have any air conditioning in this building or any of the other buildings. No aircon. Why the hell are we doing this in summer? Here was the task we had to do. You have 15 minutes to prepare 2 outfits, one beautiful one and one crazy one. Then get some photos with your designated model in both outfits before the timer runs out. Nice and easy. Fun! Chat, the final cut didn't show the first outfit, which I am literally so offended. I put my heart and soul into that. I did catch a frame here that they showed. Orange dress, purple beret, and blue coat. For my crazy one, I was like, okay, let's make Ronald McDonald. Big red boots, yellow shorts, 265 necklaces and bangles, tiara, Google eyes, lawnmower. She ended up looking like this, which, okay, fair enough, looks a bit weird, especially holding the lawnmower thing. They decided to send me and Eliza on a date to a jazz bar. We did get like a plate of food with figs, crackers, nuts, and grapes and that kind of thing. And sure, that was good, but hear me out. If we're on a special date, why can't we make it like dinner with a 600-gram steak, pepper sauce, half a kilo of fries on the side, man, like to share. I taught Eliza how to play a little simple song on the piano. We chatted a bit, got to know each other some more. And then they kicked us out like 10 minutes later or something because our show's got to keep on moving. So they sent us to a cinema somewhere in Sydney which was dressed up like a library. Everybody had to dress up as different characters. We didn't get to choose. They chose it for us. They told me I had to dress up like Gollum. Then we did the repairing thing again and I was like... I ended up with Letitia! Woo! So let's move on to episode 3. Running your own radio show on whatever topic you want. I completely misunderstood the assignment. I went in there thinking I would go for Joe Rogan vibes.
It's man, the dust in the wind, man. Or like a dang old candle in the wind, man. It don't matter, man. It's all the oldies, old time. You know what I think, man? Like them dang old, I think, therefore you are, man.
We did the one-by-one thing again. She's like, do you like your partner? Are you guys getting along? Do you want to change? And I was like, that's a very confronting question to say when she's right there. I got Eliza again. We went home and lived happily ever after. Now, episode 4. They sent us to Comic-Con. They set us up with a little introduction right in the middle of the whole thing, just to inconvenience everybody as much as possible. And here was the challenge we had. The nerds must design a superhero character for their girl who will dress up in it and speak about the hero she is to a crowd of people. Oh, and also Kieran got a makeover. Episode 5, Kieran got a kiss. Good on you, buddy. Congratulations, man. Baby steps. Now, when you think marketing, you think garbage, you think trash, scammers, get away from me. I ain't giving you my money. And in this challenge, I was trying to get your money. Eliza and I were selling pillows and I had to convince people to buy them. So here's Eliza doing the thing.
Oh my god, bro. Oh, hell no, man. What the fuck, man?
I looked like you were sucking on a lollipop and you dropped it on the carpet and then you picked it back up. As you can see, judging by my dropped lollipop on the carpet look, it was pretty stressful. I was sweating like a nun in a cucumber field, bro. Somebody else won this challenge, fair enough. I wouldn't want to buy pillows from a dude who looks like his pillows smell like 30-year-old eggs. Why is there no bloody air conditioning? Eliminations! The losers here were these guys as well as these guys. This is what they had to do. The guys stood on a foot massage board vibrator thing. One hand was tied behind the back and then they were blindfolded. And the girl was giving directions to stack a bunch of cubes on top of one another to make a tower with all of them. Jackson and Jessica got ejected from the nerd base and we were down to 8 couples. And it was on to the next episode. Now, I quite like wrestling. You gotta be athletic, good at acting, know how to make a show. But you gotta wanna do it, and that was not exactly happening for Eliza. I was standing there trying to explain to her, you gotta forget about your image for a second. You will not look pretty. I will not look pretty either, but we have to allow ourselves to go fully crazy if we're gonna make the best possible performance. Before I wrestled my dude, he said, "Oi, bruv, you can trash talk me if you want. It'll make a better show." So when I got in the ring, I said, "Your mama was a chicken. That's why she laid an egghead." And then 10 seconds later, right here, he got me back, knocked me so hard on the nose, I forgot about space and time for a few seconds. I'm like, where am I? Now, of the remaining people, guess who got put up for the elimination? Pause the video. I'm going to give you 3 seconds.
I'm in danger!
So here's what we had to do for the elimination battle with Kieran and Brianna. The nerd is attached to the girl with a slinky at the hips. You shaky the slinky, get some cardboard discs across to the girl's side. And once you get all 10 discs across, you gotta throw one of them into the box right here. Let me tell you my strategy. I'm 6'3", Eliza was like 5'4" or something. My hips were higher up than hers, and our slinky was on a slope. So as long as she doesn't move that much, and I move just a little bit, gravity's gonna pull the disc down the slope to get to Eliza really fast. The theory worked, and we got the discs across 4 minutes quicker than them. Just had to get one little disc thrown in the slot. Sweating like an ice cream truck in Dubai. Eventually, I got one disc in, I survived with Eliza, and we move on to the next day. So, this time, the girls were putting on pregnancy vests, and then we went out as a couple to pregnancy class. And we had to act like we know what we're doing, that we're good parents, that kind of thing. Now, I happen to know a lot of dumb knowledge, and I decided now was the perfect time to share it. Let me tell you what I spoke about. Number one, in response to the teacher asking why do men have nipples, I was like, that's because when we were still in the womb and forming, early on, men were also XX chromosome just like women. The Y chromosome comes later, and nipples are a side effect that remains with the guys while we are alive. Number two, there was a comment about evolution or something. I popped off. I was like, our teeth are slowly going to fuse to become beaks. We're going to lose our nails. Number three, the teacher said something about strategies to raise children, and I was like, hey, have you heard of hot housing? We didn't get put up for elimination, but that's because I said pregnant moms can have fish, which apparently has too much mercury. Let's ask ChatGPT to double check. So obviously, as I said, we were the losers because we were the least convincing parent couple. Even though I spoke for 75 hours about how to make a perfect baby, but whatever, judgment is judgment. Oh, and by the way, George got a kiss, Sam got a makeover, nice. Back to survival mode. Now, our elimination thing. We had to pick up these blocks and balance them on a floating disc hanging by a rope in the middle. This looks easy. For both our teams, the blocks fell off like 10 times. And it took about 20 minutes before Eliza and I finally won. So thank God for that. Make sure to keep watching to find out how many more eliminations I still have to go through. Moving on to the next episode, pretending to be a gym trainer. Imagine my disappointment when I found out we're not going to be playing Pokemon. We had to go to an actual gym. But hey, this judge lady was really nice. I forgot her name. So fast forward, we were all given classes. I was given cycling class. Now, cardio and me go together like peanut butter and petrol. But I wanted to be helpful, so I cycled along with the people, keep them motivated. I was like, oh, you looking so good. You got power. You got the power. Hell yeah, man.
I see pride. I see power.
Ladies and gentlemen, the plan worked. You would not believe how good it was to finally not be in elimination for once. We got to watch 2 other pairs fight over some hacky sack launching thing. Then I went to bed feeling really good about myself. But then, business presentations to a whole group of people. Keywords business presentation. Here was the task. 20 minutes to come up with a fake business you own with your partner and talk about how to become successful in 3, easy steps. I came up with a really good idea immediately. I'm Polish, in case it's not obvious. Ja pierdzielę, mówię po polsku. This is what Polish goats look like. And I was like, oh my god, that's the plan. Polish goat rug manufacturers. And I called the company Maslow Rugs, pronounced masło in Polish, which is butter. Our rugs are smooth like butter. Genius! Anyway, there were no losers to kick out this episode. Instead, they took out a circus party sponsored by KFC. Tiny little room, a few chairs, and a few cameras set up, and they're just like, hey, have fun. Everybody get dressed. And just in case KFC is watching, I will take a sponsorship immediately. Give me a bucket of southern fried chicken with the 11 herbs and spices. Bucket of KFC, fastest way to make me happy. Eliza came along, gave me a little pep talk. She's like, you're amazing. You have so much to give. Everybody loves you. And I was like, you know, this is the same pep talk I give to my accountant every year. But thanks for the sentiment, Eliza. George and Josie won the business thing, and so they got to bring another couple back that got eliminated. They ended up going with Sam and Ira. Probably because they thought they were not a threat. They're probably not going to win. Eliza and Kira came to my room, and the lights went out, and nobody knew what happened next. Nah, I'm kidding, bros. Eliza wrote a little song for me. She rapped. Kira was the beatboxer. It was pretty cute. Now, for the challenge we had to do, picture this. 6 nerds out on a field with 20,000 people watching for the halftime show of a rugby game. An actual televised rugby game, 20,000 fans. The girls prepared some kind of cheerleader performance thing, and the guys did, I don't know. Let me show you what we did. I was at the front just playing with my balls, trying to make people laugh, and I don't know what the dudes in the back were doing. Anyway, guess who got put in elimination again? Haha! We each took a big stick, worked together to pick up the cylinders like chopsticks, move the cylinder from this table to that one by one, and then stack them up to make a pyramid. Took like 30 minutes, but god damn it, we got there in the end. We knocked the other dudes out, and yeah, that's like, what, 3 survivals at this point. Mitch and Ash go home, and Sophie's like, hold up, I forgot to tell you something. Oh, that's right, you're all getting makeovers.
Why are we still here? Just to suffer. Every night, I can feel my leg, my arm, even my fingers.
Then they did like a beard cut, haircut, and this is what I looked like. Beautiful. Amazing.
Episode 11. The day it all fell apart.
It was like some kind of bar, and we went from like table to chair to table to meet. I think it was 6 girls in total. There was like a Brazilian, a Ukrainian, an English woman. So it was nice, good variety of people. And the girls got to play Dungeons and Dragons with a bunch of dudes. This one had a green dress, and I don't remember anything else. This one was from England and talked a little bit like, hey, do you want a bottle of water? So that was nice. This one was Russian or something. This one's name was Paris, and I forgot the rest. This one was from Brazil and liked soccer. Here's a fun fact for you. To graduate from primary school to high school in Brazil, you actually have to score a free kick against Brazil's national goalkeeper. I swear it's true. Look it up. Fast forward just a little bit to the end of the episode. No prize for guessing who was in the losers contest for the 4th time. Sophie said, oh, you up for elimination again? And I'm just like, bro, can you send me to a beach in the Bahamas? I cannot deal with this anymore. This is just... So here's the challenge space. Each team picks a color. I went with blue. You sit on the colored board, you get tied up in 10 chains, and they lock you with 10 different numbered locks. Hanging from the ceiling around the room are the 10 keys you're going to find to unlock your 10 locks one by one in order. And once all your chains and locks are in the circle, you quickly rush, you press the buzzer, and your team wins. In the moment, the whole world disappeared for me. I was just thinking about every key, every lock, remembering which keys I've done already. Apparently, once we finished, but we were only like 20 seconds ahead of James and Jess, who were also on the last lock and just waiting to find that final key. So it was a pretty much unnecessarily close call. So they cleaned up the play space. The other 2 teams gave a little speech saying, oh, I've had a lot of fun. Thank you for having me. And then they left, and now it's the final 3 couples. And we're getting ready for the final. Do you guys remember the first few seconds of the video? Well, let me show you the dance that we were supposed to be copying. The 2 dancer people who did that, they were like, hey guys, we're gonna teach you how to do this. What kind of vibe do you want this to be? Do you want this to be hot and intimate, or do you want it to be more fun and breezy, or something else? And first of all, can I just say, I don't think any dude out there, like on the planet, would turn down the opportunity to be doing this dance. Especially on the Magic Mike stage, like, dude. But before I can say anything about how we want to do it, Eliza was like, no, I don't want this to be intimate at all. Let's just make it fun and silly. And So we did the practicing of our little variation of the dance. George may or may not have had a more interesting experience on stage than I did. I wasn't there when he was performing, so I don't know. But I heard he did pretty good. Josie apparently did too. So that was the final performance day, and then the next day they did the voting. The top 3 couples had to give a little speech on why they should win, and the previously eliminated people voted on who deserved it the most. Let's count up how many people were eliminated by me and Liza, and how many people had to vote for the winner. So first elimination was Frank and Gabrielle. They got knocked out by Jessica and Jackson. Elimination 2 was Jessica and Jackson, knocked out by Sam and Ira. Elimination 3 was Kieran and Brianna, knocked out by me and Eliza. Elimination 4 was Sam and Ira, knocked out by Mitch and Ashley. Elimination 5 was Carl and Letitia, knocked out by me and Eliza again. Elimination 6, James and Jess, also knocked out by me and Eliza. Elimination 7, Sam and Ira, also knocked out by me and Eliza. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 people that Eliza and I removed from the competition out of 14 people voting. So we did the speeches. Surprise, surprise, Eliza and I got 0 votes from the other people. But hey, I mean, good job Lachlan and Kira. They did deserve it as well. I just think there were many other ways the finale could have been run and did not rely on who you were friends with throughout the contest. But the journey itself was amazing. I got to meet a girl I had nothing in common with, go through so much awesome stuff together. Especially having to fight so hard for a place in the finale really made me appreciate just how well we complement each other's skill set. So I'm not sure if Eliza, if you're watching this, thank you so much. It was an amazing journey. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed me talking about my experience. Feel free to subscribe, leave a comment if you want to see some more types of content about stuff I've done in my past. Let me know, and I will catch you guys again in the next video.